Welcome to the season of self-love, your daily dose of inspiration and encouragement. I'm your host, Nyomi, and I am thrilled to be here with you today. This podcast is brought to you by Ask Nyomi and Elevate Me Self-Discovery. Are you ready to elevate your mindset and embrace the power of self-love? Well, have you come to the right place? Each day we'll dive into topics that will empower and inspire you on your journey towards self-discovery and personal growth. Whether you're looking to cultivate healthy relationships, boost your confidence, or find balance in your life, this podcast is here to support your every step on the way. We believe that self-love is the foundation of living a fulfilled and joyful life. And together we explore practical tips, insightful interviews, and transformative stories that will leave you feeling inspired and motivated. So join me Monday through Friday as we embark on this daily adventure of self-love. Tune into the Season of Self-Love podcast to start your day on a positive note and discover the limitless potential within yourself. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Today is Monday, March 25th, 2024, and I am your host, Nyomi, and welcome to the Season of Self-Love podcast, my beautiful people. And today, the topic that we're going to be talking about is, So let me say this topic came to me through my prayer and meditation this morning. And we're definitely going to be diving really deep into this topic. And it truly touched a core for me, and I know it's going to touch a core of all of our beings. It's called I Deserve Respect. And in this episode, we explore the essence of self-worth, the power of boundaries, and the pivotal role of self-respect in our lives. So let's embark on this journey together, reminding ourselves of the respect that we inherently deserve in all facets of our existence. So when we come back, I'm going to go deeper into this topic and also what brought me to do this topic today, all right? It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi here on the Season of Self-Love podcast, and we'll be right back.
Washington Wellness Institute focuses on healing always. For me, if I look good, then I feel good. If I feel good, then I share the good. If I share the good, then I celebrate the good. If I celebrate the good, then I live the good. So I can be paid to be my greatest. But I have to learn the good to be the good.
So, what does it take to be the greatest? It's as simple as a free 15-minute consultation. Be kind to yourself and heal always.
Hey, this is Dog Pound Mike from Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap podcast. Come check us out every week. And remember, I'm no relationship expert. I just tell it like I hear it from the kennel. Get back at it.
All right, well, welcome back. It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And today's topic, we're talking about I deserve respect. I deserve respect. So before we dive in deeper into this topic, I want to take a moment to just center ourselves, all right? All right, so find a comfortable seated position with your back straight and your feet planted firmly on the ground. I want you to close your eyes gently and bring your awareness to your breath. Now inhale deeply through your nose, filling your lungs with air, and I want you to hold that for a moment. Now exhale slowly and completely through your mouth, releasing any tension or stress. Now repeat this deep breathing pattern. Inhale on a count of 4 and hold on a count of 2, and then exhale on a count of 6. So we're going to do it together. We're going to inhale through our nose for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2. Now exhale. 6. Slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I want you to continue with this rhythm of breathing. In 4, hold 2, out 6. Now, as you continue this breathing rhythm, I want you to visualize a bright light of self-respect and confidence surrounding you. Now, with each inhale, I want you to imagine drawing in respect and dignity. And with each exhale, I want you to release any doubts or insecurities. I want you to feel a sense of empowerment and self-worth growing within you in every breath. Now I want you to take one final deep breath, feeling the strength and value within you. Yes. Now I want you to slowly open your eyes, and I want you to carry this sense of deserving respect with you into the show. All right? All right, if you are new here to the Season of Self-Love podcast, this is something that we do every day, Monday through Friday, is that we help to ground and center ourselves before we get into the topic at hand. And today, our topic that we're talking about is I deserve respect. And with self-respect is the foundation upon which we build our relationships and how we allow the world to treat us. It's about knowing your value and setting boundaries and not settling for less than you deserve. And so today we will discuss on how to cultivate self-respect and the importance of boundaries in protecting our peace and in our dignity. And recognizing the signs of disrespect can be very challenging, but it also can be crucial for maintaining our self-respect. So let's explore these strategies to address and overcome these challenges together, okay? All right, so with cultivating self-respect and understanding the importance of our boundaries, there are very essential aspects of protecting our peace and our dignity. And here are some strategies that will help us to process this. Number one is self-reflection and self-awareness. We need to take the time to reflect on what our values are and our beliefs and our boundaries. It's all about understanding what self-respect means to us, to you, and how it aligns with our self-core values, your self-core values. So self-awareness is a key to recognizing situations where your boundaries may be crossed. Also, setting clear boundaries. So establishing clear boundaries is very crucial in cultivating self-respect. To communicate your boundaries assertively and consistently. To make sure that others understand what is acceptable and what is unacceptable behavior towards you. All right, so I wanted to share, because I wanted to share on how this topic came about, but these strategies that I'm giving you is something that I use daily. And I'm going to be very, very honest with you. And sometimes it's very hard to use a lot of these strategies daily because sometimes it can get very frustrating. If you're new here to the Season of Self-Love and you're wondering, why could it be so frustrating for you? Because I come from an industry, and let me say this, I come from an industry that by being in this industry, that it's been told to us that respect is not deserved, that we do not deserve respect in that aspect. And through my life, especially these past 10 years, as I've been transitioning my life, transforming my life into something that's so more powerful, positive, and understanding, especially through my self-love and my self-healing and my growth, that a lot of times I can be speaking of something positive on a post, and someone will bring up something that have nothing to do with it. Nothing to do, it will be so disrespectful. And in that moment, and in that time, where the difficulty for me comes is that I have to sit in it and understand. I have to sit in it and understand is that they don't understand the journey on self-healing and self-love. They don't understand that journey. Because if they understood that journey, because if they understood what that looked like, they could understand that comment was not warranted on that post. Going through this self-love journey and even creating this podcast of self-love, I knew that not only would I be sharing insights for not only from myself, but from different literature that I've read and different research that I read, but also I knew that I would definitely be sharing my most intimate reactions with different people, as well as just in my own life. And so when this message came up to me today about I deserve respect, it kind of like, okay, why is this coming to me today? Because I know I deserve respect. And then I had to say, well, maybe this is not for me. Maybe it's for someone else to hear. But in the process of me reading what this message meant and me having a battle with it, which I will share a little later in the show, with one of the prompts, and say, no, it needs to be put out there. People need to understand what that affirmation with those 3 words, I deserve respect, means, because it's not only about self-awareness and about your self-acceptance for yourself and about knowing boundaries, but it's about getting deep into it, even for yourself. Understanding that having self-respect for yourself, it helps guide you to have respect for others. It helps for you to be able to communicate with others on a mutual, respectable level when you have self-respect for yourself. And we can go so much more deeper with this self-respect and understanding truly what self-respect is. Because, and as I'm talking right now, I'm just like, oh my God, this self-respect, it could just go so far, because I'm thinking of people can take this self-respect and put such a negative on it. And what I mean by that is that with the arrogance, with the arrogance. Oh my God, I'm about to go somewhere else with it. And I need to reel myself back, because I will be the one to go down that little rabbit hole. We'll go back. So let me say this, because I've also written a short blog that I will be posting after I release this podcast this morning. But I really didn't want to get too deep in the first segment. So let me finish with the strategies right now, and then we'll come back. and then we'll come back, because it has hit a chord with me, if you guys can see. All right, so the next one is saying no. Learn to say no without feeling guilty. So setting boundaries sometimes requires saying no to things that do not align with your values or well-being. So practice assertiveness and prioritize your needs. Another one is to seek support. Surround yourself with people who respect and support your boundaries. Seek guidance from trusted friends, family members, or a therapist to help you to navigate challenging situations. The next one is recognizing signs of disrespect. It's for you to pay attention to how you feel in certain interactions or relationships. Signs of disrespect might include feeling devalued, ignored, manipulated, or invalidated. So I want you to trust your instincts and your feelings. Another one is to be assertive. Assertive communication. Practice assertive communication to express your needs and your boundaries clearly and confidently. Use I statements to communicate how you feel and what you expect from others. Another one is self-care. Prioritize your self-care practices that promote your well-being and your self-respect. Engage in activities that nourish your mind and your soul, such as exercise, mindfulness, hobbies, spending time with positive influences. The next one is addressing conflicts when faced with disrespect. Address the issues directly and constructively. Express your concerns calmly and assertively, focusing on finding a resolution while holding your boundaries. and learning from experience. Reflect on our past experiences where your boundaries were crossed, and identify those patterns or triggers that you use to insights to strengthen your boundaries and protect your peace and your dignity in the future. So I want you to remember to when cultivating self-respect and maintaining healthy boundaries is an ongoing progress that requires practice and self-awareness. So by prioritizing your well-being and honoring your boundaries, you empower yourself to navigate life with dignity, confidence, and peace. And as I said, that has been, before it had been very challenging. And I'm gonna keep it real. Sometimes when you see comments under posts, and knowing that you've been somewhere different for the past 10 years, and a lot of times I have to take a deep breath. I have to take a deep breath. And I have to remember who I am. I have to remember who I am. And I have to remember how high of a vibration that I am, to not allow those people, those thoughts, those comments, those anything, even my thoughts, to bring my vibration down any lower. And in saying this is that many times we look and we seek for validation in respect from others. And I'm going to talk about it in this next segment after we come back from a break, because these were one of the prompts that it came to me as a question, and we'll talk about it more. But I want you to understand is that we all deserve respect. Every single one of us deserve respect. And for me, it's non-negotiable. If you want to speak to me, talk to me, interact with me, be in the same space, place, anything with me, there has to be respect for me. So in the process, you need to have self-respect for yourself. And having self-respect doesn't mean that you stand there on your pedestal and you judge others because they don't do as you do. See, when we can get really down to the self-respect, people use that so loosely. People use it as a tool to be able to beat people down, as a weapon. Excuse me, let me take that word tool away, and put it as a weapon. Yeah. It's been many times in my life that people say, you don't have self-respect for yourself. And how is that? How do I not have self-respect for myself? Because I choose to do something that benefit my family for me, that you're unhappy with, or you don't what? Y'all understand what I'm saying? All right, because I can go on a whole spiel here, and this podcast wasn't supposed to be this long, but evidently I'm supposed to talk about it. So let's do this. Let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about in a personal empowerment exercise. All right, it's your girl, Goddess Nyomi here on the Season of Self-Love podcast, and I'll be right back.
Get ready for an inspiring episode on the Season of Self-Love podcast hosted by Nyomi. Join us this Monday, March 18th, 2024, for a special discussion on fitness for all, finding what works for you. We are thrilled to have health coach and nutritionist, Marcy Scott, sharing her expertise and insights on achieving fitness success for all individuals. Tune in as Marcy dives deep into the world of fitness, offering valuable tips and strategies for discovering the perfect fitness routine that works for you. Don't miss out on this empowering conversation, streaming on all platforms. Join us on the Season of Self-Love podcast.com to be inspired, motivated, and uplifted. Mark your calendars for Monday, March 18th, 2024, and join Nyomi and Marcy Scott for a transformative discussion on fitness for all. See you there.
All right, well, welcome back. It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And today we're talking about I deserve respect. As affirmation, this is a message that I received this morning through my prayer and meditation. The crazy thing is that I was coming into the studio. I was walking into the studio, going through the garage, walking through the studio, and the light was blinking. And that's to let me know that, I'm getting ready to, the light was blinking, so to let me know that I have a message. And so I went up to my golden rose room, and I sat and lit my candle and my incense. And I, started off with a prayer, a protection prayer. And I went to, go in to meditate. And then I was told to pull several cards. And one of the cards that was pulled was from my personal power deck. And the one card that was pulled up is called I Deserve Respect. It was the very first card. And as I was reading through the message, it had several different journal prompts that you are to answer from, write down in your journal and to answer in your journal. So as I am reading this, first of all, when the card came up, I was like, I know I deserve respect. Like, is this just a reminder for me, or what? Like, what's happening? Like, what is happening? What is going on right now? And then I said, well, maybe it's not for me. Maybe it's for someone else. Maybe this is a part of a message that I'm supposed to, speak today. And sure enough, it kept saying, yes, this is your topic for today. And for me to break it down. So literally, I had a whole other topic in mind. And when I saw this message, and when I went deeper into my little psyche mind here, I went down that little rabbit hole. I was like, okay, yeah, all right, I'm gonna continue to be real raw and uncut on this show, on the season of self-love, because I have to be. I truly have to be. And so when I tried to break it down. Okay, how can I make it to where it can still be in a line on what my past shows have been, with the same format in all of that, with the same format. We're doing this. Okay, you're giving them the practices, the tips, the strategies, all of those things, so they can be able to understand and not just hear your story on what I deserve respect is. So, and why I'm laughing, because let me tell you what I was on the computer, and I was researching several different things. I was like, okay, how can I, make this into a form that they could be able to unwrap, or better yet, pull the layers over so they can be able to understand what I'm saying. And then some said, no, just be you. Just do you. Literally at the break time, it's no, just do you. Just do you. Speak exactly what it is that you are supposed to do. So what I didn't do, and I usually do a prayer before I sit down and begin my session, and I didn't this morning. I did not do that this morning, but guess what? I'm gonna still be all right. I'm gonna still be all right. So let me go back just a little bit. So when reading this, when reading what I deserve respect and what it was saying, so I'm gonna read this to you first, and then I'm gonna say, it says, if you don't know already, you deserve respect, and there's a difference between respecting someone and not showing them respect. And I am one that avoids confrontation, so it took me many years to finally stand up for myself and speak up and cut ties with people who weren't respecting me. And so before the break, I was talking about how we can truly go deep with this word self-respect, and how deserving it is with the word of respect, right? And how people can use the word of self-respect as a weapon, especially a weapon against those that they do not see a common denominator of themselves in, or better yet, someone that they do see a common denominator with that they are not happy in with themselves. See, then that goes to the mirroring the mirroring image of that thing. See, now I'm about to really go deep. I am. And you know what I'm going to do? When I get Dr. Will back in here, I'm going to bring this topic up. And we're going to bring this topic right back. So I'm just going to speak on one prompt that was given to me, that was asked of me. And I wrote, actually, like I said, I wrote a blog about it. And here is the prompt. It says, how do you seek respect from others? I'm going to say it again. How do you seek respect from others? So I want y'all to close your eyes and get a visual. So I am sitting in my Golden Rose room. I'm sitting on the floor in front of this gigantic mirror. And I took a deep breath and I closed my eyes and I said that question several times in my head. And for me, and I'm going to be very, very honest, it did not make sense to me. It probably would have made sense to me a few years ago, but today, in who I am today, it did not make sense to me on how do I seek for people to have respect for me. When you look up the word seek, what does that word mean? That means to go out and find, to go out and seek. I'm not seeking and I'm not looking and I'm not doing any of those things for anybody to have respect for me. But what I do is I do require you to have respect for me. Better yet, have respect for yourself to understand and know that being disrespectful to someone is a lack of self-disrespect on yourself. It's a lack of self-respect. So when you see, and this is a note for myself, when I see people post mean, terrible things up under mine and other people's posts, I have to remember, girl, they don't know no better. They still trying to find out who they are. So as they telling you that you don't have any self-respect for yourself, they questioning their self-respect for themselves as well. As they are looking at your films, as they are looking at your posts, or whatever it is that you do in life, they are questioning themselves as we speak. And so for them not to feel uncomfortable, they will lash out at you. They will say, no, you don't have self-respect for yourself. And you can be very sane in your mind, know all and embody all of you. But they will continue to say that. And then they will continue to say, you don't deserve respect because you did A, B, C, and D. And I'm not just talking about the people that were in the adult industry. I'm talking about saying somebody had did a crime. What forever reason that you've done that crime, and say that now you feel very sorry for that crime that you have done. And you seeking forgiveness not only from others, but from yourself, from those who you have harmed. But people won't let you live it down. Because in that process of us forgiving ourselves and us building with that, and I hope I'm not losing anyone, is that in that process we are building self-respect for ourselves. And one thing that people that don't have self-respect for themselves is see somebody who they felt that was lower than them, stand there with their heads up high, full of all the self-respect that they wish that they had. So they would go and they would say these words to them up under the comments. They would send the emails. They would send the hate mail. That's because they don't have self-respect. Because anyone that has self-respect would know how to not intrude on someone's boundaries. Somebody with self-respect would know, let me allow that person to go what they're going through. Whatever it is that they are going through. Anybody with self-respect would know that the words that I might say to this person, that it might harm this person mentally, physically, and emotionally. So I have to have enough self-respect to myself to know, to have discernment. To understand that my words are powerful. So instead of me using something of a negative, how about I use something positive? How about I reach out and say, how can I help you today? Or is there a word of encouragement that I can help you through? I guess this message really was, I deserve respect, is that not only you as yourself, but understand that everyone deserves respect. And in that respect means the way that you treat others. The way that you treat others and who you align yourself with. As I said before, it is a requirement, non-negotiable. And if I feel any way that there is some disrespect or some slight things, then I will no longer communicate with you at all. You will no longer have access to me. And I mean it. I will change my phone number in a minute. I will cut you off completely. Block you on every social media contact ever. I would even go as much as block you out my mama's phone. Anybody that is connected to me through the same party with you, nope. And I know y'all like, damn, Nyomi. Yes. Because trust and know, if I've gotten to that point, that means that I have overlooked it many times. And in that moment, I disrespected myself by continuing to allow a person to continue to be in my presence, in my circle, to have access to me. So again, this message came to me to share, and I hope that it has resonated with somehow that I did not ramble on too much. Because it's really strictly coming straight off the dome. It's coming so real, raw, and authentic here. And I hope that you all know that you all are very deserving of respect. And I do, all that those respect me, I respect you. Even more than you can ever imagine. For all of the people that have commented up under my posts, especially on YouTube when listening to this episode, or even leaving, positive comments and stuff like that, I thank you so much. I really do. And I appreciate you all so much that time and time again, you come back here to the season of self-love and you find something that can help brighten your day or help you on your journey. I am the first to say I do not know everything, but what I do know, I will share. And what I don't know, I will share that as well, and we can figure that shit out together. But I know this message right here is I deserve respect. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very much so. I don't care what I did. Meaning that I don't care what my career choice was in this world. I know who I am. I know that I am a beautiful, strong goddess that continues to hold my head up when others want to put me down. So if I can stand here with my chest wide open and my head up high and say, I deserve respect, so do you. So do you. So when anybody come into your sense, say you don't have self-respect because what? You don't have self-respect because you're taking up for someone, or because you're tapping into your feminine ways as a man, or as a woman, you're tapping into your masculinity, that you don't understand. No, you do understand who you are. But for you to come and say that I don't have any self-respect for myself, you don't have any for yourself. All right, my beautiful people, I gotta go. I have to go. And I know I had a whole lot of stuff for you all, but I do. I didn't want this to be this long, and I don't want to get too preachy on here because it can become that. It become very that and self-righteous. But what I do, I want you guys just to write down these different, a few of these different prompts and journals that can help you out. One of them is, how do you respect yourself? How do you respect yourself? I'm going to share my answer, what I wrote in my journal. How do I respect myself? I respect myself by understanding and embracing my authentic self, all of me, my good, bad, and ugly. That's how I respect myself. That's just me. That's how I respect myself. Meaning that I will never allow anyone else to tell me who or what I am. That I know who I am. That is how I respect myself. Now, I told you about the how do you seek respect from others. Now, I told you for me, that's not even the case. Because I'm not seeking respect from anyone. But if you all want to answer that and love to share it with me, please do. Please email me. I would love to hear what you got to say. And if you even have a different perspective of what I talked about, please share it. I am so open. I am so willing to see other people's perspectives. And how do you seek respect from, okay, I said that already. How have you been respected in the past? That's another prompt question. How have you not been respected in the past? I can just give you yesterday. Someone came on my post, I'm talking about self-love and God, and someone came and said something about a scene that I did with Nikita Denise that I did over 15 years ago. And I wonder, Nyomi, how is that disrespect? Because I was in a place. That wasn't a place of the space. And if you cannot respect anyone's growth, that's disrespect. For me, that's not being respectful. And the last one, how can you attract more respect from others? So this question here, how can you attract more respect from others? Is continue to be who you are. Continue to be authentically you. For me, is continue to be authentically me. Period. There will be people that will want to try and they will see like, oh, well, I can't move her. I cannot move her. So let me walk up out this room because this room got a whole total different type of energy here that I don't know nothing about. So me being who I am and living in all of my truth, all my realness, all my rawness, That's how respect will be attracted to me. It's about, for me, it's about continue to keep my boundaries there and set my boundaries. But also remember that those that do come with disrespect, they don't even respect themselves. And you remember that so you don't take it personal. Because it's not about you. That's what I say to myself. Girl, this ain't even about you because they don't even know you. That's what I say. They don't know you. Even though you're speaking and you're telling them all about you, they don't want to know that person. They only want to know that person. And why they only want to know that person right there? Because, see, that person up there, that's out of their league. They can't even understand that. But that person down there, they feel that they know her. But to be very honest, she was a bigger beast down there. But see, they don't know that. See, we can really go on and on with this. with this, it could go on and on, and I just feel it. I feel it coming in, and I am, Father God, I am so sorry, but I'm gonna have to stop it. I'm gonna have to stop it because it'll have to come at another day, at another time for me, and yeah, another day and another time. But again, I thank you, my beautiful people, for continuing to rock with me here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And yes, we got some amazing episodes this week that's coming up. Dr. Will be joining us as well as we continue to, as we continue to go through this self-love journey. You know what I mean? I believe this is a great, amazing podcast, and we're coming up to our 100th episode. Ain't that something? We're coming up to our 100th episode. All right, so by the time you finish listening to this show, hopefully that I will definitely have the my blog up. You can go to the seasonofselflovepodcast.com. It's right there. Also, we do have a new YouTube page, a YouTube group, and I would love for you guys to come in there. I think it's only one or two people in there right now, but please come and join. So as you know, you come in, more and more things that I will share on the Season of Self-Love on that group, as well as different events and stuff like that. But we're just trying to build this community up. And again, I thank you. I thank you. So let me go off script now. All right. Thank you for joining me on this profound journey today. And tune in to next time as we explore our facets of self-love and personal growth. So until then, remember to treat yourself with kindness, respect, and love you freely that you give to others. So take care and keep nurturing your beautiful souls. Have a good one. Thank you for listening to the Season of Self-Love podcast. If you have any questions or would like to connect with us, you can follow us on social media. Just search for the Season of Self-Love on Instagram. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, feel free to email us at elevateme9999@gmail.com. And remember, you are worthy of love, growth, and happiness. So keep shining bright, and I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of the Season of Self-Love. Be good to one another and yourselves, and always keep it sexy. Send the light, love, and prayers.